Okay, for video number 2, this is actually going to be an introduction to the warm-up. We're going to actually do a warm-up, a mock warm-up here in a few minutes. But I want to talk to you about the warm-up really quickly. The reason you want to warm up with people, and what I mean by warm up is you want to let them know that you're not some high-pressure salesperson coming to their house, because a lot of people think on your way there, when you're on your way, they have a conversation with each other about, we're not buying anything, this high pressure salesperson, they just have all these things in their mind about who you are, what you look like, what you're driving, those kind of things. You want to make sure that you make a friend in that house, and that's what a warm-up is. So when you go into the house, you want to make sure that you're looking. First of all, when you pull up, I'm always looking. Again, remember their first names. You got to make sure you remember their first names. Your car, make sure it's clean. I live on a dirt road, and I have to wash my car continuously. I use that as a business expense, actually. And make sure when you open your car door that there's not trash falling out of your car. But that's all part of the warm-up, because they're probably looking at you through the window, waiting for you to arrive. So make sure that you understand that. And they got Ring doorbells and all those kind of things. They're listening to what you say. Just make sure that you're professional all the way through and through. So when you get there, you want to make sure you call them by their first name. You want to say, I'm here for our 6 o'clock appointment, or whatever the appointment is. And I always kind of brush off my feet a little bit like I'm coming in, and just say, hey, I'm here for our 6 o'clock appointment. So when you come in, I never ever start doing the demo right away. That's the worst mistake you can make. You want to make sure and have a good warm-up. Set your bag down. All you have is your bag and your rainmate, and you ask if it's okay if you sit down on the couch or the love seat or a chair or wherever it is. Is it okay if I sit down? And I point to where I'm going to sit down. They say, oh yeah, go ahead and sit down. Oh my gosh, if their lawn is nice and beautiful, when I pull up, I'm going to ask them, who do you guys get to do your lawn? And then one of them's going to say, oh, I do. And they're proud of that, because they spend a lot of time on that. So I ask them about it. I ask them, how do they get their lawn looking that pretty? I can't get a weed to grow at my house. So I've had people tell me that, what time to water it, what way to mow it. I've had what kind of grass to plant, what kind of fertilizer to use. I've had people spend 20 minutes telling me about how to make my lawn look good. And I'm not saying be fake, because people know if you're fake. I'm saying be genuinely interested in what the people are interested in. And I try to find that through the questions that I ask. Zig Ziglar, which was a famous motivational speaker, and he was talking about sales, and he was talking about when you're doing a warm-up that you got to let the little child come out. The little child's going to ask a whole lot of questions. So when I'm in there, I ask questions that I can ask another question, no matter what their answer is, that I can ask another question on top of the answer that they answer me. So for example, if it's not a nice manicured lawn, or there's not a nice beautiful garden, immediately when I walk in, I start looking around for pictures that are on the wall. If they have plaques or trophies or any of those kind of things out, you better ask about those. That's a huge mistake not to ask about those things, because they're very proud of them. If they weren't proud of them, they wouldn't be displayed in their front room. So make sure you ask about those things. If you can't find something that you're going to ask about, then ask them, hey guys, have you lived here a long time? Oh, okay, awesome. Are you from here? If they have a beautiful home, you're going to say, oh my gosh, I really love your home. Now, if they don't have a beautiful home and you say, oh my gosh, you got a beautiful home, they know you're full of it. So don't do that. Make sure that you're honest and genuine, full of integrity. Honest. That is the most important policy. In Rainbow, there's no reason to lie. You have no reason. You don't have to build up the machine or any of those kind of things, because it sells itself. So just be honest, when you're going in there and you're talking to the people. People can feel that, they can sense that. When you have integrity, it goes such a long way. So ask questions. Have you lived here a long time? Okay, it doesn't matter what they say. In fact, I had a guy one time, I said, hey, have you lived here your whole life? He said, not yet. So, you know, you just never know. I mean, you got to get that fun part out. And, you know, I knew from that point on that guy liked to joke around and have fun. So I had fun with him. So just ask questions. Ask questions. And I'm going to do a little presentation for you on the warm-up. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that because you want them to know that you're not a salesperson. You're just an ordinary, everyday person coming in their home, and you know, you found something that you can't help but tell people about. That's how great the rainbow is. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that warm-up. Thank you guys for listening.